You think you are shopping. You think you are browsing a digital catalog, making a free market choice, and clicking a button for convenience. That is the first great lie of the digital age. Every time you open that app, you aren't entering a store. You are entering a $2 trillion psychological experiment designed to bypass your rational mind. Every click you make, every second you hover over a product, and even the way your mouse moves across the screen is being harvested by an invisible commander. We trust the smile on the box. We trust the Prime badge, but beneath that convenience lies a dictator company that has quietly rewired the global economy. They didn't just build a better store, they built a system of dark psychology that makes it impossible for any competitor to ever exist again. This isn't just about selling books or gadgets, this is about the total algorithmic control of human behavior. By design. In the next 9 minutes, we are going behind the orange curtain. We aren't just looking at the stock price or the warehouse robots. We are looking at the dark secrets of the Amazon flywheel, the hidden engine that feeds on your data to destroy anyone who dares to compete. By the end of this video, you will understand the one psychological trigger Amazon uses to ensure you never leave their ecosystem, and why the convenience you love is actually the most expensive trap in history. To understand the Dictator company, you have to understand the most valuable real estate on Earth. It isn't a plot of land in Manhattan or a high-rise in London. It's a small white rectangle on your screen called the buy box. 82% of all Amazon sales happen through that one button. For a seller, winning the buy box is the difference between an empire and bankruptcy. But here's the secret. The buy box isn't an auction based on quality. It's a dark algorithm that demands total submission. If a seller tries to offer a lower price on their own website, Amazon's crawlers find it instantly. The consequence? They are suppressed. Their buy box vanishes. Their visibility drops to zero. In an instant, a multi-million-dollar business can be deleted by a line of code. This is the invisible commander in action. Amazon isn't just a marketplace. They're the referee, the coach, and the star player of the opposing team. They use the data of independent sellers to see what's trending, and then they clone it. They use the engineering soul of their data science to create Amazon basics, undercutting the very partners who helped them build the platform. It is a terminal loop. Help Amazon grow or be deleted. In 1994, Jeff Bezos wasn't building a bookstore, he was building a surveillance engine. From day one, the strategy was get big fast. While the rest of the world was looking at profit and loss statements, Bezos was looking at information flow. He understood that if you control the infrastructure of the internet, you control the world. But here's what you don't know. Amazon doesn't want your money, they want your intent. They almost got away with being seen as just a retailer, but in the early 2000s, they realized that the data they collected from your shopping habits was more valuable than the products themselves. They used this data to build AWS, Amazon Web Services. Today, AWS is the shadow government of the internet. It powers Netflix, the CIA, and half the websites you visit. So this means that even if you never buy a single item from Amazon again, you are still paying them. You are still feeding the dictator. This was the inevitable shift from an engineering soul focused on customer obsession to a spreadsheet reality focused on total data monopoly. They built the bridge to the future, and now they charge a toll for everyone who wants to cross it. In business school, they teach you about the flywheel effect. Lower prices lead to more customers, which leads to more sellers, which leads to even lower prices. It's a virtuous cycle, but there's a dark flywheel that Amazon doesn't talk about. This version starts with data. The more data Amazon collects, the better their dark psychology becomes. They know you're running out of laundry detergent before you do. They know which colors trigger your impulse buys. Therefore, they create an information moat so deep that no startup can ever cross it. How do you compete with a company that already knows what your customers want better than you do? This is the Palantir style of corporate dominance. It isn't just about selling goods, it's about anticipatory shipping. Amazon is moving products to warehouses near you before you even order them. They're hacking the time-space continuum of retail. But this efficiency comes at a cost. The flywheel requires frictionless human labor. It requires workers who are treated like algorithms, measured by time off task in seconds. The engineering soul has become a digital whip, driving productivity at the expense of the human element. We are now seeing the fallout of the $2 trillion dictator. When a single company controls the logistics, the cloud, and the marketplace, they have the power to de-platform reality. We see it every time a local mom-and-pop shop closes because they couldn't compete with the Prime subsidy. Amazon can afford to lose money on shipping because they make billions on data and advertising. They're subsidizing the destruction of their competition. If this deep dive into the shadow dictator is making you rethink that next one-click purchase, hit the like button. This channel exists to decode the thin line between corporate survival and commercial suicide. We are building a community of people who want to see the wire behind the world's biggest empires. Subscribe to Billion Lifelines and join us as we uncover the engineering soul of the modern world. The cost of Amazon's dominance isn't just measured in dollars, it's measured in the death of discovery. When an algorithm decides what you see, you lose the ability to find anything the dictator doesn't want you to find. So, what is the verdict on the $2 trillion dictator? Amazon has become a digital utility. Much like water or electricity, it has become almost impossible to live a modern life without touching their ecosystem. They have moved from being a company to being a country with its own rules, its own currency, and its own surveillance state. The engineering soul that Bezos started with, the idea of being the world's most customer-centric company, has been replaced by a software dictatorship. They have engineered a world where they're the only option. Is it a billion-dollar lifeline of convenience, or is it a commercial suicide for the concept of the free market? The lesson is simple. When you trade your data for convenience, you aren't the customer. You are the product being optimized. Amazon didn't just create the future, they copyrighted it. If you want to see what happens when an empire sells its soul to satisfy a spreadsheet, you need to watch our deep dive on the $60 billion crash of Boeing. Or if you want to understand the shadow company that runs the world's intelligence, check out our video on Palantir. The dictator is watching. The only question is, are you still in control of the click? Subscribe to Billion Lifelines. We'll see you in the next one.